All right, hello everybody, and thank you very much for coming to Ignite. Bottom line is, you here and everybody that you serve, your users back at home, you're the reason why we're here, and you're the reason why we build Outlook Mobile. I haven't got very long, but what I wanted to do was share with you probably the most important part, or the most important security feature that Outlook Mobile has, and that is the user experience. So there's a lot that goes into developing an Outlook Mobile app. And when it comes down to the entire amount of code, it's kind of like the canonical iceberg. 85% of the code sits beneath the waterline and you can't see it, and 15% is actually what you can see. We absolutely have to get that 85% right, otherwise things fall apart. But it's the 15% that your users see that's going to turn them on to keeping within your secure workflows and processes, keep you into regulatory compliance. Or it's that 15% that'll make your users go elsewhere to try and circumvent your processes to get their job done. Because when all's said and done, they want to be productive, they want to get their work done. And that's where we come in with Outlook Mobile and what we've done with EMS. So this image not only represents a typical user in terms of someone that's very busy, their attention starved, they're on the road, but it represents where we're going as an industry with this digital transformation. Users expect to be able to effortlessly access their data on the road no matter where they are, what device they're using, whether they are in a cafe, whether they're in their commute. They want it to be seamless and effortless. They also want to be able to use the apps that they're familiar with. As they're operating on their desktop, they're using Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and Outlook. So with what we've done with Outlook and EMS, they're able to use exactly those self-same apps in a secure and regulatory compliant manner. And this is what it comes down to when I'm talking about the user experience. I'm going to go through this very briefly, and then we'll start talking about some of those user experiences to ensure that your users are getting the experience that they want while still remaining secure. So first of all, we've got intelligence. We've put a tremendous amount of work, and it's really only the starting point. We've put a lot of work into the user experience to ensure that your users are surfacing effortlessly the files, the emails, the contacts that they often interact with as soon as they go into search. But we've also put a ton of investment on the back end as well, just ensuring that the search's results are more relevant, they're faster coming to you, and they're more easy to use and easy to access. So you'll see more advances of that as we go forward. It's very, very important that your users, as they're interacting not only with people within their office, but people all over the world, that they're very easily able to keep organized, managing their time as seamlessly and quickly as easily as possible. And then key to what I was just saying earlier was they need to be able to access all of their apps that they're used to using, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, everything within the Office 365 suite. And when all's said and done, Outlook as a whole, and on the mobile device, Outlook Mobile is the on-ramp into O365. The investment that you have made in not only O365, but the security that you're putting in place as well, the entry point into all of those workflows invariably starts with Outlook Mobile. And this is where we're talking about security. This is modern authentication with app protection and conditional access, leveraging the EMS licenses that you've probably already bought, you've already probably licensed them. It's getting them deployed, getting those licenses used within Outlook Mobile that's going to keep your users secure. So starting with Outlook Mobile, we're number 2 in the productivity side of the iOS iPhone App Store. That's where we put a lot of our effort in the user experience. But there's a lot that goes underneath the under the cover, so to speak. We have conditional access limits or controls the access to the services that your users are going to be accessing. Whether they are accessing from a phone that meets your requirements, whether they're going to be accessing from using the credentials that follow your requirements as well. We also then ensure through EMS the device itself is secure. So you've already got a trusted user through authentication, through conditional access. Now you need to ensure that you have a trusted device. It is a device that, hey Jim, it's a device that is compliant with all of the requirements that you have. And then we also need to ensure that the app protection policies are in place, and the features that that your user is able to use ensures that data that was within the boundaries of your control stay within the boundaries of your control. And all of this is leveraging the Azure Active Directory, Exchange Online, and of course, Intune. This journey started about 3 years ago for us within the Outlook Mobile organization. We first of all integrated Azure AD, then we ensured working with Intune to ensure that we've got a seamless experience, working with Intune to make sure that the Outlook Mobile experience isn't impacted. So everything starts with authentication. You need to have a trusted user. And so this is what we demonstrate right off the bat here is it's very easy for your user to use a password to first of all get authenticated, but then passwords are no longer used until the token that's been downloaded from Azure AD needs to be refreshed. And this is really important because somebody writing down their passwords, forgetting their passwords, making mistakes as they're trying to enter them in all the time is obviously going to be a pain for your users. It's going to move them away from the processes and applications that you want them to use. The other piece of that is with MFA. We want to ensure that not only are passwords not being used, we're using tokens as well, but have multi-factor authentication in place so that when your user does actually authenticate, that they are who they say they are. Very important. And last but not least, leveraging AAD's SSO capabilities, your users are invariably using the entire O365 suite. They are opening Outlook Mobile. They are looking at an attachment there that's in Word. They're opening Word and they want to store it in OneDrive. Your users do not want to be putting in passwords and usernames every time they go from app to app to app. And that's where single sign-on SSO comes into play. Very easy to use, extraordinarily streamlined. So what I'm going to be demonstrating here is, in all of the flows that I demonstrate, is probably the most restricted type of a user that you'll have within your organization. It is somebody that has their corporate account locked down, so to speak. They are not able to add their personal account. It is maybe a user that within, say you're in finance, they could be a trader, it could be your legal department, it could be somebody in your C-suite, where any sort of data leak outside of their everyday use could be potentially catastrophic or put your company out of compliance. Now, what I want to emphasize here is that even though this particular user has been quote unquote locked down, they still have an awesome experience. That's what it's all about, because if they're not having an awesome experience, they're going to go somewhere else to send that file. They'll go somewhere else to write that email, okay? Again, this is where user experience actually becomes a feature. So as you've seen here, as we're going through here, I would have demonstrated it live, but the connectivity over here is pretty poor, so you can see from the video. As somebody goes into their settings, they try to add their personal account. It could be an Outlook.com account. It could be a Gmail account. When you're not restricted through MDM, your user can go forward and add those personal accounts and have a more integrated work-life type of experience. But with this type of account and this type of user, because they're extremely sensitive information they handle, we've locked it down and they're only able to add a corporate account. Okay? The next piece is we're often working with links that are sent to us. They could be sent from colleagues, they could be coming from external sources, and what we want to ensure is a few different things. First of all, through MDM, the user, as they open up the app, they're prompted for a PIN identification. Okay? They could also be prompted for MFA as well. Here we're showing PIN identification. Then as the user opens up an email, they tap on a link. A few things are happening. We're seeing that a link has been tapped, and it happens really quickly here. But what we're doing is we're hitting the back end and looking at our advanced threat protection, and that's sending back a signal to say, okay, this URL that we're going to is safe. If not, we'd present a warning. But you can see with the URL, once the managed browser's up here, that we're going through safe links. We check that it's okay because we're handling over 1 trillion different signals and managing those on a regular basis. Understand what are safe links and what are unsafe links. So your user doesn't have to think about it. You don't have to configure anything. Your user is able to go about their day, access the links that are safe, and continue on. You can also, as you're doing that, configure through the managed web browser the types of URLs that are accessible and are not accessible. So for example, why is this important? Let's say you've got a website internally accessible. You want to make that accessible to your users, but you want to be able to control or limit the ability to copy from an internal website and paste it into a non-secure environment. That's where a managed web browser prohibits a user from doing. Again, ensuring that you're going to have a seamless workflows as your user goes about their day, being as productive as possible, but making sure that your data stays within the boundaries and is secure. The other key piece here, as you've been able to see with the video, is even from a fresh install, it's super easy to download, install a managed web browser, And then through SSO, because we're already a trusted user, we're able to hand off those credentials into the application. There's a restart there because the policy is being downloaded. And as the managed web browser boots up again or launches again, those policies are applied and you're all safe and good to go. Okay, again, extraordinarily streamlined in all of the workflows. A key thing to note that this is showing the managed browser. It is also available on a mobile device using Edge. We just didn't have that demonstration today. Okay, so a lot of your users are in the field. They're either field representatives, support agents, they are salespeople that are often engaging with customers or prospects. It's quite incredible in the types of information and the amount of information that a salesperson will put in different fields within the contacts in their address book to help them as they're engaging with customers moving a sale forward. As we're engaging with customers understanding exactly what this requirement was, we heard all sorts of different stories, such as social security numbers will be put in a contacts field within the contacts. We'll have account information. Passwords will be put in there, or deal information about particular quotes that they've made as they're closing in on a prospect. Now that may be all well and good as they're trying to move the ball forward. You want your salespeople to be productive and efficient, but that type of information going outside of your control, where it can not only compromise your own intellectual property, but it can put you out of compliance. It can also impact the privacy of your customers, okay? So you want to be able to ensure that particular groups within your tenant, salespeople, field representatives, etc., are limited in the types of information that they can push out into the local address book. And in this case, what we've done is we've limited it down so that the notes field can't be exported out to the local address book. You can sync out John Smith into your local address book, and you'll have his phone number, you'll have his email address, etc., but you won't have that note field. Now, to ensure that the salesperson, as they're accessing John Smith from their address book on the phone, is not confused because they could have sworn just a minute ago they put that information in there in Outlook Mobile as they're editing the contact, there's a nice little message there saying, hey, you know what? We're not allowed to export this information from Outlook Mobile or words to that effect, but if they want that type of information, they quickly and easily tap on a link. That opens up Outlook Mobile, and that social security number, account number, the password, all that other type of secure or sensitive information is there available in Outlook Mobile, and they're able to access that and move on their way. Again, we're trying to ensure that, first of all, your data is protected, your users are trusted, and data doesn't get outside of your compliance boundary, or rather outside of your control. But at the same time, we want to ensure that your user has an awesome experience and they have the information when they need it. So also already talked a little bit about SSO. In here, what we're doing is, if I can get this going, this is where we're trying to show here the seamless flow with it throughout the entire O365 suite. So here we've got a user. I know I could have sworn I got an attachment from this person. I use quick filters within Outlook Mobile. Filter by all the attachments. I get those 3 emails there with the attachments. I find the one that I'm looking for. I open up the email. There's the attachment, very clear to see. I open up the attachment. That takes me into a preview and then into Word. Again, this is a fresh install. The benefits of SSO. Thank you very much, Azure AD. I drop the credentials into Word. Immediately, Word starts to come up. Word knows that it's a controlled application. It goes out to the Intune service, pulls down the policy that's going to be applied to Word. I have to reboot Word so those policies are applied. Up comes the document, and I'm able to start looking at that document all very, very quickly and all very, very seamless. There's an additional control in here, though, and that is limiting the copy and pasting of information. I was just in a meeting with a customer just literally about an hour and a half ago, where they will have some of their users taking a document, a Word document, or some other text file, copying that data and putting it into an insecure location. Not for malicious reasons, but it's just that's where they're used to having this type of information. So what we've got with this setup here is that, no, don't use that insecure method. Use OneNote or use Word, use OneDrive, etc., so you can keep the data controlled. And what we've got here is you can copy and paste information or data from Word into Outlook Mobile, but you can't then copy it to the Notes application, for example, within the iPhone. It's a very popular app to use, but it's not secure. You don't have control over it. Just for the benefits of time, I'm going to skip through this and move over to phishing attacks. If this will go. No. Let's do this. Okay. Super simple demonstration, but it really just goes to the power that we have with this advanced threat protection. We're all targeted. Doesn't matter where you are or where you're from. Everyone is targeted with phishing attacks. They want your credentials. They're not necessarily after your intellectual property. That's really hard to get. But they're after your credentials to then get access to your intellectual property or your bank account or anything like that. So what we do with advanced threat protection is, because we're reading these signals across the entire O365 ecosystem, we know that not only particular emails in particular formats from particular places are susceptible or likely to be a phishing attack. We also just want to give you a heads up if you're getting an email that you're not used to usually getting an email from that particular person. Now, it could be Bill Gates or Bill G at Microsoft.com. I mean, if you sent me an email, that would be awesome. But it would say, okay, this is somebody within your tenant. But if it's Bill G at gmail.com, then clearly that's somebody. I don't have his personal email address, and it's probably not Gmail. So that would highlight this particular message that says, okay, what we've got here is probably a phishing attack. Some of your users may not be clear exactly what a phishing attack is. And so we provide a handy link in there to take them to more information that they can read about what exactly a phishing attack is, and they can move on their way knowing that they are secure and they haven't fallen prey to this type of attack. So here I'm going to just give you a very sneak peek at a couple of features that we've got coming down the road. One of them is MIME. It's a certificate exchange, and it's an encryption system that has been around for a very, very long time. And a lot of our customers have MIME being used within their particular systems. As we move forward, we're looking to really promote our CLP through Microsoft Information Protection, and a lot of our customers are adopting that as we move forward. I'll be talking about that in a second. But we do have a lot of highly regulated customers that are using MIME and need to move it at least for the next couple of years. And so these are designs, very early mock-ups. They are susceptible to change, and knowing our awesome designers, they probably will, and they'll just get better. But this is how you'll be able to open up an email or compose an email, set that you want to share a certificate or encrypt the message that's going to be sent with the attachment, and that will go forward and it will attach it. It'll be encrypted as it goes across the wire, and the recipient will be able to view that email in an unencrypted form. So again, this is a very early sneak peek of what we're going to be delivering moving forward. And then, as I alluded to, there's CLP, we love acronyms, classification, label, and protect. This is the ability within Microsoft Information Protection to be able to either automatically or manually categorize the email or the attachments or both of what you're about to send, whether it is top secret, whether it is public, whether it is private, or whether it's just confidential. And each of those classifications will have rules associated with them. Can this email go outside of the tenant? For example, can this email be blocked from forwarding, for example? So again, your users don't have to think about what they can and cannot do with particular emails. All they need to be aware of is that this is top secret, it is sensitive, it is something that's open to the public, and we take care of the complexities in the back end. We'll know what to do with that email as it goes through transport, so your users don't have to worry about it. They continue on their way, being as productive as possible. This is a really important session to go to. It's being hosted by my friend Ross Smith, and this is where you can actually spend 75 minutes and he'll do an absolutely thorough deep dive into how to deploy Outlook Mobile securely in the enterprise. He'll go very deep into the architecture, of Outlook Mobile. He'll also go into great lengths in Intune and everything that we're doing with conditional access, MDM and MAM. He'll also talk about Azure AD, all as it relates to Outlook Mobile. If you're interested in this talk, which obviously focus more on the user experience aspect of this, I highly, highly, highly recommend you go to BRK3145, and then you'll be able to dive deep, and definitely grab him after the show and ask him all of your questions, because he knows everything. So, what are some of the things that you can do next? Because we know that some of your users are using Outlook Mobile, some of them maybe are still using the native app. That's not a secure situation for you to be in within your corporation. You want to ensure that, not for your own benefit and your own security, that your users are using Outlook Mobile. And you want to be using Outlook Mobile integrated with Intune. You may not have any of your users that are highly regulated, and you don't need to lock down the device like we were talking about earlier to only corporate-owned policies. There's a lot of latitude that we offer without locking everything down. You can add in your personal accounts and more easily integrate work and personal life within Outlook Mobile. A lot of your users are bringing their own devices into the workplace. They don't want to be restricted in the applications that they use. But at the same time, you want to be able to ensure that the data on your tenant stays in your tenant. Okay, so first of all, use Intune, deploy it, enable conditional access, enable MFA through Azure AD, and you can use the different controls that you have at your availability to ensure that your users are only using Outlook Mobile. So you'll keep compliant, you'll keep within regulatory boundaries, and you'll also ensure that your data is protected. Okay? Here's some more resources that you have. If you want to look forward to what we're actually presenting in the future in terms of our roadmap, there's also some user help support in-app itself. So your users, another great benefit of Outlook Mobile is that if they run into a how-to question, or there's something that they're trying to do, or there's something just doesn't quite operate right, within the app itself, your users can actually go in there and talk to a Microsoft expert, an Outlook Mobile expert, and ask those questions directly through IM, and get responses to get them quickly on their way, available 24/7, regardless of the time zone that they're in. Okay, and I think that's just at time, so if there are any questions, I can stay around. Yes? MIME is probably going to come along at Q2 calendar year next year. Any other questions? Yes? Sorry, what's that? Oh, great question. So the question was, a task going to be integrated into Outlook Mobile? So the shorthand is yes, it's how we're doing it. The question goes a little bit deeper. So first of all, what we're doing is we're going to be releasing task integration into Outlook on the web. That's an environment where we like to push a lot of our more forward-leaning features, get feedback from our customers in how they're operating, and then incorporate it into our other endpoints. When it comes to tasks in particular, it's very delicate within Outlook Mobile because we've got very, very finite amount of real estate. So we want to make sure we get the user experience absolutely spot on. So we'll be taking feedback in terms of what types of features and how people want to manage and view their tasks on Outlook on the web, and then we'll figure that into our design thinking and move into the other endpoints, Outlook Mobile being one of them. Yes? Sorry, what's that? Shared calendars? You can do that today. Look at the Teams calendar. What do you mean? Can't view calendars from Teams. Okay, yeah, that's not supported yet. That's the first time I've heard of that request, so that's good to know. Sorry, we don't support it right now. We'll put it on our backlog, and eventually we'll surface and prioritize it. Any other questions? All right, I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Sorry. And if you've got any other questions, the Outlook booth is in that direction. We've got a bunch of Outlook Mobile experts over there.